What's up, guys? I'm doing a little deck profile slash report on nationals that I went to this past weekend. It was a good trip. I left on Thursday, headed up to Pittsburgh here from Florida. It was a nice long drive. I did not get to fly. I drove. Overall, I had to drop out of Swiss because I got a game lost because one of my cards got stolen. But that's a story for a different time. I'm just gonna hop into the deck profile. If you want to know anything about Nats, just ask me because I don't really. It's a long story. But I played Tengu plants. Played 3 Tengu. Double Caius. I have a third German Caius for trade. If you're interested, PM me. Played a Gores. Played 2 Lonefire. A Dandelion, Glow Bulb, Spore, the staple stuff, you know, Dandy, Glow Bulb, Spore, Debris Dragon, blah blah. This is where it got interesting. I did play the tour guide engine. This is so fast. I just love it. Your opponent just can't keep up with you unless they're playing the same thing or like an OTK deck, which I just you don't see running around this format. I do play 2 Raikou, and before you ask me how this deck fares against the TG thing that won, I did play a variant of it, and I destroyed it. I got a tie with the guy, but I destroyed him game 1. The only reason it was a tie is because we went into time in game 2 because he liked to slow play. Now my tech cards. I played 1 Maxi. One game I got to +6, another game I got to +3. Every time I play this card, it is just plus, plus, plus. And I love that. I did cut an effect veiler for the Max C. But it's okay because, like, with Sangan I get to search out whichever one I want. So, it just comes down to that. That's the monster lineup. Now, let me hop into the spells. I played the staple Monster Born Dark Hole. 1 for 1. This card just wins games. Just outright destroys. Book of Moon, Trunade, Foolish Burial, you know, staple stuff. Played the Mind Control. 2 Pot of Avarice. I'm looking into playing 3, but I don't know, the third one seems dead a lot. And then I played 2 MST. I did play 1 tech spell, Econ. The card is just so good because Tengu, Dandelion tokens, Sangan, you name it, I always have a floater. Like, always have a floater. So Econ just stops their combo, or even just attacks, or it's just great all around. Now for the traps, I play the Solemn Brigade. You gotta play the Solemn Brigade. You just do not have a choice. Mirror Force, I mained the Dust, just because, you know, spell traps like hurt me. So, and I played Call, Limit Reverse, and Torrential. That's the main deck. I was very satisfied with it. I scrubbed out after the 7th round. I went 3-3-1. It was just really, the deck is really consistent and really fast, and I enjoy it a lot. Here's the extra deck. I play 1 Shooting Star, a Trish, the Stardust, Scrap Dragon, Black Rose. It's all pretty much staple. Now this card. This card wins games. A lot of people don't know its first effect, that you can special summon a level 4 lower monster from your hand, but it costs you your battle phase. This pretty much let me just OTK people the turn after I summoned it. It was just nutty. Plus it's the 3000 wall, so a lot of decks have a hard time getting over that unless they can make a Brio and bounce it back, or Trish and remove it or something. Most of the time, I have an effect veiler or Maxi, so it doesn't really do anything. Then I played the Brio. Iron Chain, you kind of have to play the Iron Chain just because it's a secondary 6, and it's a Debris Dragon card, so like if I have to use Debris Dragon to bring back a Raikou or the effect veiler while I have 2 tokens, it just, you know, it saves the day, is essentially what I'm saying. At Nats, I did play 2 Hyper Librarian, and I will continue to play 2 until it is limited. It's just too good not to, because I put 2 on field, you lose. You can't synchro, you have to have the Dark Hole. Normally, I'm going to wait till you use your Dark Hole. I do play Catastor, because, you know, you just got to. Armory Arm, yes, I do play the Armory Arm without the Colossal Fighter. This allows easy Trish plays with Lone Fire and Dandelion, or Lone Fire Foolish Barrel, rather. Double Formula with Hyper Librarian, it's plus, you know. And then Chimera Attack. I was going to side this, but I decided not to because I needed the room in the side deck. So I cut Colossal Fighter for it. I mean, fair trade since the loop no longer works. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, they ruled it where Colossal Fighter has to remain in grave for Armory Arm to use the effect. For the burn damage to take effect, the monster has to stay in grave. So it's pretty much like Japan. So the only way you can do it is double Colossal Fighter. Colossal Fighter number 1 attacks, burns. Colossal Fighter number 2 attacks, burns, and then so on and so forth. The second one brings the first one back, and then you just loop it like that. It's a lot harder to pull off because you have to pull off 2 8s and a 4. So it's a lot harder, but it's still an OTK nonetheless. Side deck. 2 Cyber Dragons. You gotta play them. Thunder King, 1900 beat stick, so it helps me in the TG matchup. It helps in the TG matchup just because they don't get to search, and you know, they're weaker. Minus Rush Rhino, who gets to bump to 2000, but I don't really care about him because he's bad. Have to play the Puppet Plant for the Samurai matchup, but I mean, I play Puppet Plant and win. I do play the 2 Crow for the mirror match. You just have to. Like, I assumed I had to because, you know, it's supposed to be plant, but in all reality, all I played was Light Swarm, TG, and Water Synchro, which Water Synchro I just destroy. That's all the monsters in the sideboard. I do not play any spells in the sideboard because they're all terrible. So traps I play 2 Debunk. It hurts fairies, it hurts the mirror, it hurts just about everything. So I like it. I enjoy it. 1 Chain Disappearance. You know, for obvious reasons. Mirror match 6 Samurai. This next card is interesting. There's a reason they are so expensive right now. Black Horn of Heaven pretty much stops Christia, Hyperion, and that's pretty much what they're in there for, because Christia just kills us. Like, it kills this deck. Just, they first turn Christia, or even just however fast they can spam it without Valhalla, I destroy it. And then 2 Malevolent, because this kills Gravekeepers, Hero Beat, which kill us. This deck. But yeah, that's the whole deck. If you have any questions about Nationals, PM me. It was really fun. If you've never been, I suggest you go next year. They do a lot of interesting things, like they had Dan Green and the guy, that's the voice of Yugi if you don't know, and they had the guy that plays Yusei, but he's there at like every YCS. But I suggest you save up now if you want to go to a Nats ever. It was fun. I'll probably be attending next year if I get my invite. But yeah, just hit me up. Peace out, YouTube.